So, dear Dharma friends, and when it comes to our human life, we always have to remember it is ourself. We have very limited time here, and at the same time, that whatever the environment we experience, it's not going to be the same. It always in a journey, and it always changing. So we have no power, or we have no any wish to make a change, and only thing is we can develop the awareness or skill. So whatever the situation come to us, and out of that situation, if you try to get the best, and that is the skill that you can take anywhere you go in this sansaric journey. So then you're not depending from situation, so you are ready to go with whatever the situation. So otherwise we have to always pray for the situation, and we have to always wait for the auspicious time, or we have to always wait for the right moment. But the right moment, rather than looking from outside, if you develop a skill to get the best out of whatever the situation you are, and that is any moment going to become right. So when it comes to that skill, there are some certain things that we have to change within ourselves, because finally when you come to the point to understand life, it is your own responsibilities. Life is itself your own choice. It's never going to come because of other people. In the surface level, sometimes when we don't see it, we always complaining regarding other people. But when you look deeply, and whatever the situation come to us, the finally it come because of there is some reason within ourselves. So then it is better when you have opportunity, little by little you change your life. So when it come to that, one of the most difficult thing is that we have inner desire, self view. And when we have that self view, the inner, the desire, if that desire based with looking for satisfaction with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that cravingness always to look for satisfaction, to get something from outside. So remember, it is going to become so big than you think. So sometimes the mountains so high, and more than the mountain, the ocean is so big. More than the ocean, this earth is so big. More than this earth, this entire universe is so big. And there is something more bigger than this entire universe. That is the desire to looking for satisfaction through this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. So remember, it never going to be enough. But if you decide yourself, this is enough for me, that decision itself has power to shut down that all the cravingness inside us. So this cravingness is the driving force taking us and lighting the inner fire inside us. So what we can do, and little by little, once you understand the very nature of things, the desire slowly start to, the cravingness slowly start to settle down. So what is the nature, that what is the thing that you have to understand? Change. Once you know, whatever you achieve, whatever you get, whatever you want, it's going to change. Once you have that knowledge, the itself, there is nothing to struggle, there is nothing to let go, there is nothing to hold, there is no fire going to arise itself. So then always remember, nothing wrong with the world, nothing wrong with us, and nothing wrong with this senses, or the nothing wrong with the perceptions. Only thing is the way we take it. And once we don't know the real nature of it, and because of that we can make certain mistakes. So once you know that everything changed, you go with the moment, you go with the situation rather than trying to hold it, or rather than trying to change it to the way you want, because that the struggle itself becomes suffering. So when it comes to this desire, very dangerous thing with the when the desire inside you, it never going to be just the desire. It has power. It's like a web, it's like a spider. It has power to create a huge web. And out of that web, there are a lot of things come. And one thing is the anger. When the anger come, when the desire arise, there are two things happening. Remember this. When the desire arise, why this the greediness? So the here desire, the greediness. What is the greediness mean? You have a desire, you have a will to satisfy your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind with this outside perception. And the colors for the pictures, or the light for the eye, for ear the sound, to the nose aromas, to the tongue the taste, to the body sensation, and for the mind the thoughts. And when you have that desire, what is happening? Two things happening. That's why it like when there was a man had a pot, and this pot, and he went and so he was sleeping under a tree. So what happened? While he's sleeping, there was a snake went under this pot, inside the pot. And now he's sleeping, and so he didn't know the snake. And once he take the pot to the house, suddenly what will happen? His wife going to check this pot. But if he start to keep it with him and start to carry it, and then the snake going to bite him. So there is no escape, and somehow somebody going to get hurt. If he is on the way, he going to get bite. If he go home, his wife going to get bite. So the greediness also the same like this. So the strong desire looking for satisfaction, sensual pleasure, that also the same like a snake. What will happen? When you fulfill it, it become more greedy. When you fulfill the desire, it never going to say, this is enough, this is done. It say more. How far? There is no limit. How big it is? It is bigger than the universe. And if you don't satisfy it, what will happen? If you hold it to it, and if you don't satisfy it, then the anger arises. And then it start to eat you from inside. Not only you, it going to suffer you and the other people. So the both ways. That's why the greediness, there is no way that you can go with it. And right away you have to reject it, unplug it. Once you see, you cannot give a chance. And thinking it going to be okay, No. If you satisfied it, it become more powerful. The greediness going to become more higher. If you don't satisfy it, the anger going to ignite inside you. So those are the two ways. And when the anger come, what will happen? When the anger arise, it attack to your mind. your consciousness, your entire body. And then it start to disconnect that all the awareness, understanding. The once the understanding disconnect, and you cannot recognize, even you cannot follow the common sense. You cannot just even see the ordinary people like your husband, wife, children. Even you cannot recognize this is your home, this is your place, this is your valuable things. You cannot recognize, and it shut down. Once it shut down, that it take you to the ignorance. Because when the awareness shut down, naturally what's there? The ignorance. And you are ready to do anything with your bodily, verbally, or mentally action, and you get into trouble. So this is a process like that. From where it start? Very greediness, very likeness, that maybe to with the little things. Look, maybe you wanna so badly watch a drama or movie and that things. And the thing is, in day-to-day life, as a family, as a friends, when other people have this small, the cravingness, the around us other people start to push towards that. And that is very dangerous. So remember then yourself, whatever the little greediness come to you, and don't try to feed to it. And even if you see other people have little greediness regarding something, don't put fire on it, and trying to little by little minimize it rather than pushing toward this. It's like just eat little bit ice cream, and just you have little cravingness to eat this, and then you tell it to somebody, I want to eat ice cream. Oh, go and eat and eat this, eat that. So it's like you pushing, you don't see. You do it with the nice, good heart, and you have the intention to satisfy the other person, but in a deeply you help, you nourishing, you putting water to that greediness, and it's not going to end with the ice cream. So it come with the different things then. And when the one day come for you, and suddenly if you say don't do that, that person start to become unhappy with you. So that's the nature of the greediness. And once it take us to anger, and we make many mistakes, the miserable things that it make us blind to, and then we cannot recognize our dear near ones. And there was a father, he bought a new BMW, and with his son he went for a ride. And on the way, very first day, what is happened, he got a flat tire. He was so disappointed, and then so himself came out, and the child was inside the car, and he came out and start to change the tire. And while he's changing tire, the child didn't understand the value of the car, and he came out from the passenger side, and start to scratch the new BMW. And the father changed with the very disappointed mind, changed the tire, and came, and he saw the very first day his child and destroyed this brand new BMW, and he scratched the door, and he got so mad, and with the tool was in his hand, he started to hit to child hand, and he broke his fingers. And then the child started to cry, and Norway took him to the hospital. And then the doctors took the child to the surgery. And the father had the reason to get mad, and the child had the reason to do that. The thing is, no one is wrong, that we cannot sit here and after meditation and tell, oh, father is wrong, the child is innocent. No. Maybe we are also, if we are in that situation, we do the same thing. But that is not the point. So just getting to the end of the story, and don't judge in the middle. So that's the thing. So then the father got disappointed himself, because the anger started to disappear little by little. Now he understand what he did. And then the doctors was trying to fix the hand, and they knew there are two fingers already, and the broken cannot fix it. And they took out the two fingers, and it damaged very badly. And the somehow after surgery, the child wake up and start to ask father, when I going to get my two fingers? And the father was so unhappy and was crying and was disappointed. So then he went to his friend, the mechanic, to fix the car and to get a new paint, because it's a newly bought car. And then his friend, the mechanic, came and start to see the damage, what happened. And then he asked again from his friend, the owner of the car, do you from that father, do you really wanna erase this and put a new paint on this? And the father asked, why you ask like that? This is a new car. And then this mechanic told, look what your son did. And he wrote, Daddy, I love you. And by seeing that, the father was collapsed and he was helpless. The thing is this, when we get angry, we are so disconnected even from the people who love us. That is the very danger. If we get angry, if we go fight with the enemies, it is okay. But the thing is, the very bad thing, very miserable thing, when we get angry, if we get disconnect from the people who love us, that itself, we go to hell. That itself, it is the hell. Because when you disconnect from your loved ones and you go against them and you beat them and you shout them and you become angry, you get mad regarding that people, the people who love you, that is the danger with the anger. And so from where it comes, you just cannot hold the anger. It's come deeply, remember, from the little the desire looking for satisfaction. That is the seed. So if you cut down that little by little, and you will see, and slowly it's going to become release. Because when there is no desire, there is no reason to get angry. The anger cannot come. There is no place to grow. But if you hold a little bit of the desire, so then how you can live without a desire? Because that to live a life, you don't need a desire. To live a life, you need the awareness. That is the important thing. Mindfulness. That is what you need to live, to recognize, because that recognition itself in the moment and bring the completion, the complete inside you, that completion itself, the fulfillment of life. That is the real experience of life. Not just go with the desire and looking for satisfaction. See, that is the world do. That is what the ordinary person do. Go with eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and looking for satisfaction. That is what people say life. That is not the life. So the life is itself, when you become mindful, when you develop the awareness, when you recognize in this very moment whatever in front of you, that recognition itself make you fulfill. That fulfillment bring you complete 100% satisfaction. That is the real experience of life. So then, rather than going with this outside and looking for satisfaction. Try to recognize the moment and try to complete the moment and be that completely satisfied with the moment, because in that very moment when you experience that life, you're not going to lose anything. You're never going to lose anything. You're going to get everything what you deserve. So then there's nothing you need to look for, because it is already come to you. So that's a very different secret, in life to live. And you don't need to look for, but our in day-to-day life we keep looking. So that is what itself called sansara. Just do experiment yourself and be complete, be a moment yourself, and just settle down yourself and shut down this all the current and stay calm, relax, and be satisfied and complete with the moment. And then you will see in that very moment there are a lot of things going to change around you, and you're going to get the best that what you want. So otherwise, if you go with the desire and you miss a lot of things. So then the very first thing, remember, have a higher purpose yourself to find this satisfaction, because without that higher purpose yourself, you're not going to get into that. And have you seen when you go to airport, this most of time this airline have you buy the ticket before 1 month, and then you know exactly the time, and you know which airport, and you go to the airport, and so you know how far it takes to go to your destination. But sometimes when we go to airport, sometimes we hear when we wait at the gate, we hear, this is final call, so name, and this is final call. Any that the airline sometimes, and go to Sri Lanka, this is final call, this is the name. This flight go to India, this is final call, this is the name, passenger name. How possible? Why that person know that they go to long journey, and they go to airport, and they know what is the time for the flight, and they know the gate, and they already checking that and they have the ticket, and that's why they can see that person inside the airport. Why they need the final call? And again you hear something, this is a final call for this person this for this flight. Why the people need that final call? Maybe they go somewhere and they looking something, and window shopping, or maybe eating something or drinking something. So that is what happening when we have that desire, and we forget a lot of things, and we get late, and that late create a lot of mistake inside us. So in day-to-day life, remember yourself, don't develop that unprofitable skill yourself. So yourself, you have to be sharp and clear with the moment, and when that clarity come to you, and there is no chance for greed. When that there is no greed, there is no anger, there is no disappointment, there is no fire inside you. And in that very moment, that is where you experience what is real life. So that experience, if you have for a moment in this life, that you will see how beautiful this life, and how beautiful your life, how valuable it is. So give a try and experience it yourself. That is the highest you can get in this human life. Once you experience in this very lifetime, remember, there is no way go down. It's guaranteed. So with that, I wish upon everyone with this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. By the power of this all meritorious activities, everyone stay healthy and safe during this time period. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbaroko vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.